All right, next, journalism faculty, California State University, Northridge, and Syracuse University Newhouse School. We've got Bobbie Eisenstock to tell her stories.
I too was at University of Michigan in Ann Arbor. I'm going to fill in before Renee and Liz, and that she was grounded in scholarship. So passionate and compassionate, committed and dedicated, a lifelong learner and educator. That's Liz. I met Liz when we were graduate students at the Annenberg School for Communications at USC in the mid-1970s. Liz and I were perhaps the unlikeliest of friends because we were different in so many ways, but we quickly became friends and close colleagues brought together by two commonalities: Catholic education and media literacy. I am not Catholic, but I was taught by nursing nuns. I graduated from a Catholic girls' school in West Hartford, Connecticut, where I was editor of the newspaper and became actively involved in civic engagement projects. Liz found that intriguing, and that bonded us in a certain way. When Liz and I met at Annenberg, we immediately realized our common interest in studying media's role in young people's lives, and that independent of each other, we were on the same media literacy path. So we discussed it a lot. We both had an intrinsic instinct about the need for children and adolescents to be media literate, as well as print literate. So at that time, the field of media literacy was just beginning to emerge. There were the singers, Dorothy at Fairfield University, and Jerome, her husband, at Yale. And they were at the forefront, along with Amy Dorr, who was at Harvard University at the time, and was in the process of joining the faculty at Annenberg just in time to chair my PhD thesis committee. Our graduate education was a unique experience. Liz and I were part of the first master's and PhD program at Annenberg. Since Annenberg was in the process of becoming accredited, the dean invited distinguished scholars from all over the world to be visiting faculty for a semester or a year-long appointment. So we were taught media theory by the theorists themselves. Elihu Katz, some of you will know these names, some not, but I want to show you how grounded in scholarship she was. Elihu Katz and Jay Blumler, Elihu was in Israel, Jay was in London, taught us their uses and gratifications approach to understanding media's effects. George Gerbner, who was at Penn at the time in Philadelphia, came to teach us and demonstrated how TV violence can cultivate real-world violence, and his new, at that time, Cultural Indicators Project. Ev Rogers taught us the history of diffusion of innovations and applications to the emerging field of communication technology. Remember, this is back in the 1970s. Ed Palmer, from the Children's Television Workshop in Boston, explained the principles for developing educational programming and how Sesame Street was applying them. Wilson Bryan Key discussed his subliminal seduction thesis and had us holding up print ads to the light to find the word SEX spelled out and other subliminal messages. And there were many more, as well as RAND Corporation researchers predicting how future technology and the emerging communications revolution would change society. It was an exhilarating time. It was a graduate experience like none other. The faculty also provided opportunities for whatever we wanted to pursue. Liz developed the magazine Media and Values as a class project, and the Center for Media Literacy grew out of that project and her vision for the role of media literacy and what it could play in education. Liz lived in an apartment on South Shenandoah Street in West Los Angeles. It was a garden-style apartment with a gated entrance into a tree-lined atrium. Her apartment was on the far side, so you had to walk through the center of trees. That's where she wrote, published, and distributed the early years of Media and Values. Depending on your expertise, she would invite you into her living room to brainstorm ideas for upcoming issues. Ultimately, what started as a class project turned into a significant media literacy venture that outgrew her small apartment. So she rented another apartment in the same complex. When she outgrew that space, she moved to an office building in mid-Wilshire with an actual conference room, and then to a location in Santa Monica on Ocean Park. Liz was a community bridge builder. She organized local media literacy conferences and had the foresight to organize the first national media literacy conference at UCLA, which was a success beyond her expectations. Everyone involved in media literacy, or who wanted to be involved in media literacy, was there. It was inspiring and empowering. Then there was AMLA, establishing a National Media Literacy Association. Our shared passion for media literacy drove our relationship. One of my students became her intern. She and I developed a course for University Extension. We both were facilitating media literacy workshops for teachers and students, so we often referred one another or stepped in if one of us had a conflict. Anytime Liz called for something, it was hard to say no. When she asked me to be a founding member of AMLA, I couldn't because of family obligations, and she understood. Then one day, I got a different kind of call from Liz. She said we needed to meet for lunch. She and I never met to lunch. We always met to work. That's when she told me she was too ill, and Tessa was stepping in. Liz's life was filled with aha moments. She knew the right questions to ask, and the answers were based on evidence. We're living in a time when asking the right questions is more critical than ever to shed light on misinformation, fake news, and move us beyond post-truths. Liz's relentless drive and dedication to spreading media literacy inspired us then, and her legacy inspires us now. She will truly be missed. Thank you.